Hi students, this is A. Mandari Kumar Rajesh. In this video, I am going to teach you another example of intergenic gene interaction called polygenic inheritance. Did you hear that word before? Yes, you did. In continuous variation. In continuous variation, the traits are often regulated by multiple genes and environmental factors. So it is also called quantitative inheritance because several genes combine to affect a single trait. That is why it is called quantitative inheritance or polygenic inheritance or multiple factor inheritance. Now I am going to write the definition of polygenic inheritance. So several genes combines to affect a single trait. A single trait is called quantitative inheritance or polygenic inheritance or multiple factor inheritance. So several genes combine to affect a single trait is called quantitative or polygenic or multiple factor inheritance. Then this experiment was discovered by Sweden geneticist called H. Nilsson was discovered this inheritance. H. Nilsson Ali discovered this experiment and demonstrated this event in wheat kernel. Wheat kernels. So kernels are nothing but the edible part of a nutshell or edible part of a grain. Then in our book, two types of crosses are given. One cross with 2 genes, the another cross with 3 genes. Today I am going to explain the cross with 3 genes because later researchers discovered the third gene also affect the color of wheat kernel. That means the 3 independent pairs of alleles are involving in color of wheat kernels. So I am going to discuss the cross with 3 genes. The 3 genes are capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, capital C, capital C. These are the 3 pairs of alleles which are responsible for the wheat kernel color. Then this cross is going to be somewhat tedious because in this cross 3 genes are going to involve. That means it can produce 8 gametes in each individual. So total it can produce 16 gametes. In F2 we have to draw 64 boxes to plot 64 genotypes. So it could be tedious. So please listen carefully and watch the video till the end. Then only you can understand the concept. So please listen carefully and please watch the video till the end. Now I am going to explain the cross. First of all, I am going to give a shortcut to predict phenotype and genotype of F2 generation. How can we predict the genotype and phenotype? In polygenic inheritance or quantitative inheritance, we could able to find 2 extreme values. In between these 2 extreme values, we can find the intermediate value. So in the case of wheat kernel color, 3 genes are responsible for the wheat kernel color. So the first extreme is going to be the dominant one. That means it contains all the pair of alleles going to be dominant. So capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, capital C, capital C. So this is the first extreme which contains all the alleles are dominant. So it is going to be a dark red in color. It shows the phenotype dark red, dark red. So it contains 6 dominant alleles, contains 6 dominant alleles. Then I am going to predict the intermediate value. So in dominant value, all the alleles are dominant, while in the case of intermediate, it is going to be half dominant, half recessive. So it is going to be capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c, and it shows the phenotype intermediate red, intermediate red. Then we are going to predict the lowest value, that is the recessive value. So it is going to be all the pairs of alleles are going to be recessive. So small a, small a, small b, small b, small c, small c, and it shows the phenotype white, phenotype white. So these are the 3 extremes we predicted. Then now we can predict other phenotype and other genotypes. Here 6 dominant alleles are present. Then the next will be 5 dominant alleles. Next will contain 5 dominant alleles. So it may be capital A, small a, capital B, capital B, capital C, capital C, and it shows the phenotype moderate red, moderate red. Here 5 dominant alleles are present. Here 5 dominant alleles are present. Then it could be 4 dominant alleles. So capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, capital C, and it shows the phenotype red. So red color contains the genotype with 4 dominant allele. Then the intermediate value with 3 dominant allele. Then again from 3 it is going to be 2 dominant. So capital A, small a, capital B, small b, small c, small c. Here only 2 dominant alleles are present. So the phenotype would be light red. So it is gradually decreasing in color due to the presence of the dominant alleles. If it is all the alleles going to be dominant, it shows dark red. If one allele is reduced, it going to be moderate, 2 red, 3 intermediate red. Only 2 alleles are dominant, it is going to be light red. Then only one allele is dominant in the genotype, it shows the phenotype. So capital A, small a, small b, small b, small c, small c. So it shows the phenotype very light red. So the wheat kernel color is determined by the presence of the dominant allele which are present in the genotype, So these are the genotypes you have to remember while doing cross, polygenic inheritance cross. So please remember this shortcut, then only you can do that polygenic inheritance cross. Now I am going to figure out the cross. For a cross, first we have to select two true breeding parents. So first I am going to write the dominant parent phenotype. So the dominant parent phenotype is dark red wheat kernel. Then the recessive parent phenotype is white wheat kernel. Then the genotype of the dominant one is capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, capital C, capital C. For the recessive is small a, small a, small b, small b, small c, small c. Then the produced gamete would be capital A, capital B, capital C. Here small a, small b, small c. Then these two gametes going to fuse, results in the development of F1 generation, and it shows the genotype capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c. So here we could observe three dominant alleles. So it is going to be a phenotype is going to be the intermediate red, because it contains three dominant alleles. Then F1 generation is allowed to self-pollination. So capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c cross with capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c. Then I am going to produce gametes for these two individuals. So capital A, capital B, capital C. Then capital A, capital B, small c. Then capital A, small b, capital C. Then capital A, small b, small c. Then small a, capital B, capital C. Then small a, capital B, small c. Then small a, small b, capital C. Small a, small b, capital C. Then small a, small b, small c. So these are the 8 gametes produced by an individual. So the same condition will occur here too. So total 16 gametes are produced. Now I am going to place this 8 here 8 and here 8, total 16 gametes in the Punnett square. Here I have already placed all the gametes in their respective grids, and I have placed all the genotypes in the respective boxes with their phenotype. Because it is a time consuming process, that is why I have written earlier. Then here in this box, all the alleles are in dominant condition. In this box, all the alleles are in dominant condition, and it shows the phenotype dark red. Then here in this box, all the alleles are in recessive condition. That is why it shows the phenotypic color white. Likewise, here we have 64 boxes with 64 phenotype. If it is in this box, the alleles contains 5, in this box 5 dominant alleles are present, so it shows the phenotype moderate red. Here 4, so that is why it is red in color. Then here 3 dominant alleles are present, that is why they shows intermediate red. Here only 2 alleles are dominant, that is why it shows light red. Here only 1 allele is dominant, that is why it shows very light red. And here it shows all the alleles are recessive, so it shows the phenotypic character white. So please make note on it, because this box is not given in our book. So for your reference, you can write it in your notebook. Then I am going to write the genotypes and phenotypes with their ratio. Here I have written their genotype with their numbers and their phenotype. So here we have dark red only 1, and the possibility of genotype is only 1. Here we have 6 moderate red with 5 genotype possibilities. Here 15 red and with their genotype possibilities 6. Then here we have 20 intermediate red color young ones with possible genotype 7. Then here we have 15 light red with possible genotype 6. Then here we have 6 very light red with possible genotype 3. Then here only 1 white color with possible genotype 1. So please make note on this, because it is not given in your book, so it will helpful for you to learn the polygenic inheritance cross. Then the F2 generation shows the plant have wide range of wheat kernel color, and there is no appearance of blending inheritance. This is due to the fact that genes are segregating and recombination takes place. Then the wide range of wheat kernel color is arise due to the cumulative effect of several pairs of gene interaction. So that's all about polygenic inheritance. I hope you all enjoy this video, and I trust this information will helpful for you. Then please stay home and stay safe. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.